I have been offered to buy a strip mall for $3.2 million. It brings in $220,000 a year gross. His loan on the property is 1.5. He presented this to me to assume the loan at 3.5. I do not have a down payment for this because of other deals I just executed. Any creative ideas on how I can do this deal?
Okay, so what's the deal netting? I did not write the numbers down. What's the deal netting here? What's the difference?
He said 220.
220.
220. And how much, Alex, you're supposed to give him down payment?
So he wants me to assume his loan. He's got 1.4 or 1.5 in the loan at 3.5%, which is a great percentage. It's like a 25-year ammo. So he wants me to assume the loan and then, seller finance with him the rest of it or whatever. Yeah. The problem is that number one, it's a little too expensive. It needs to be, I think, around 2.4 to 2.8, somewhere around there.
Well, hard to get price and terms. So if you get good terms, you may not get the good price. So
yeah.
then if that's the case, you look for the upside. Are some tenants leaving? You can replace them with better tenants. Can you do something with the property to add value?
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's some tenants that the leases are ending soon. They can bump up and that'll increase, but there's not a ton to do to. I mean, there is. I'm sure there is. I just haven't thought through it. But I'm just trying to. How can I execute this? Todd had mentioned, which I was thinking, master lease with an option to buy, or bring in partners or something like that. But I was wondering if maybe you have some.
Okay, so question, how much does he want now? $1.2 million? What did you say?
He wants $3.2 million.
3.2. So you have to come up with, what is it? 1 million, so 1.8.
1.7 if I go with his current asking price.
1.7 on that 1.7, how much will you be making cash on cash?
It doesn't
Enough.
Yeah, it's not good at 3.2. That's the thing.
And
I know that he just bought the place about a year and a half ago at 1.5. So that loan he has on it is like, and the reason he's offering me to buy it is because I just bought the business and the building that's sitting on a piece of his land attached to that property.
Well, first of all, if the financing is good, that's current. The difference now is whatever you come up with cash, let's say you come up with $1 million cash, you should be getting at least 10% cash on cash because you're going to be working the property. So you need to bring the numbers down so you can get a good cash on cash. And once that's accepted, you can then bring a partner or set up a real estate fund and then raise the capital for it. That's a perfect one to tell the investors, I'll pay you 8 and you make 2%. As you improve the property over time, you'll be making 3%, 4%, 5%, and then flip it for more money. Investors get paid, you're happy, and now you're building momentum with the investors. You can keep growing. So get the numbers where you have a cash on cash. And I'm very surprised that he got a 25-year amortization schedule on a commercial loan, fixed.
From what I understand, I haven't seen the documentation or anything like that.
Well, you need to see if he can, well, he's going to do a wraparound then. Wraparound. So that would be interesting to get the numbers where they should be and then present it to partners. And if you don't want to set up a fund, just get one partner and do a partnership 50-50.
Do you think someone would go for that with like me not putting capital in and them just being the capital and me being the management?
But you see, you're underestimating yourself. Why can't you bring capital? You can bring capital if you set up a fund. What do you think setting up a fund for? You can do a syndication. You can roll this out in 10 days. If you're interested in doing that, roll it out. The next question is going to be, do you know some people that would be interested in an X return? And then you tell them, I have this deal. I'm right next door. I'm an owner. I'll pledge my property and this, and I'll pay you at 8% or 6 and 8 like I do. I have the whole structure for you. I'm his turnkey. We'll have it done for you. They have the attorney, Bruce will set it up in no time. But if you know no one and you don't think you can present, even I can train you to present, then the deal is going to go.
Yeah. So you're thinking do a syndication, try and get his price down, and do a syndication, buy him out completely.
Yeah, well, cash him out, let's say $500,000.
Okay.
Have him carry $500,000 or whatever, when the numbers make sense. And there is an existing financing that the guy is going to carry, and do it as a wraparound. Hey, listen, Joe, I'm going to give you you said you're going to carry the whole thing. I'm going to give you $500,000, but you need to drop the price. So the person says, oh, that's pretty good. I'll get that $500,000. I don't want to pay taxes. Joe, I'll give you the $500,000 as an option to buy. Option is not taxable. If you give me $500,000 to buy one of my buildings, that's a pending deal. There is no tax on that $500,000. I can work it. And so it's like you're educating the seller. You're giving them some of what they want. You're giving the investors an opportunity to participate. You're giving yourself an opportunity to grow. And now you have next door and this one, and the potential is huge. You're almost pulled into an opportunity to grow. But it's got to make sense for you. I don't want to get you into an uncomfortable level. Anytime you grow, you feel uncomfortable, and some people like to stay warm, and comfy. And but I see you always looking for deals, and you got a good one. So okay. And you.